Life safety issues exist. Emergency repairs required before restoration to make ready for intended use. Failed with major repairs. Technical repair report for bidding. Restoration with permit by fully licensed vendor. Engineer oversight. 3 site visits. Certification with owner liability in lieu of a load test. Load test still may be required by the AHJ.
Fire escape engineers, this inspector summary video. At this time, the fire escape is going to fail for lack of maintenance or improper maintenance. We have some questionable repairs. A lot of these treads, it looks like the bolts were changed out in the past, but the rust was left behind. I got a couple bolts further up. You can see them actually falling out. Stuff like this here, where maybe there was rust. They changed the bolts, and now you can see that the bolts are just left loose. I have a welded repair in this corner, which this is actually suspending this whole floor. So this whole clip here is welded. This cantilever is a totally non-industry situation going on here. You can see that this is reversed. The cantilever weight box is on top of the platform. So as somebody would come down, a person would, this whole thing is blocked here. I mean, this should be cut back, this railing. So yeah, there is a little egress there you can barely see. Besides all these trip hazards, you'd have to go down this here, walk yourself out to the cantilever. Once this starts to fall, the weight box is going to come up. I'll try to demonstrate for you what happens. So as I come out here, this is going to fall. When this falls, that weight goes up, and it blocks the egress for anyone else who wants to come out. As you can see, if somebody was on that, or if this was all the way down and the person had already come out, that weight could potentially fall on their head, or there's definitely a pinch point here where someone could get crushed or caught up in between the channel and the wall. All kinds of things could happen here. This may just be a pre-existing situation. I don't know about all that weight either landing on this balcony. I think we need to inspect all those brackets underneath, see what kind of damage this weight box has done. This floor here is actually fallen through. It's not even on top. You can see she's missing. She's just barely catching. I can actually feel it. That whole side of the floor is just all this is cantilevered out from here. You can see this is all spongy because it's fallen through. I'm going to work my way back up towards the top. See what, actually before I do, let's see what's going on. Look at a hole here. I don't know if there's a hole under this. I don't know what that board's doing there. We have a bunch of pre-existing hardware. So there's some lack of maintenance going on. I'm going to work my way up there. The bolts I was talking about. That railing. We'll see if we can get some shots of the rust. See this in heavy rust jacking left behind. And all these connections. Masonry looks somewhat okay. A little bit of spalling going on, not much, very minimal, just maybe some repointing. You do see the rust here in these connections, and then the new bolt. So the bolt was pulled. These clips are in tough shape, all original hardware with heavy rot. So that's what's holding this steer up. You can see the rust jacking in this clip, very poor condition. So I definitely, this is a borderline emergency. That's almost severed there. That whole piece of the bracket, which is tied onto the staircase. All these spaces should be reinforced. These spaces typically rot out in this grading, which lets all these spaces untie from each other, which, believe it or not, if enough of them break, you could get your foot caught, and it could trap a firefighter or a person trying to escape. These are the spaces I'm talking about. These spaces, they rust, pop off, and it eats out the through bolt, the threaded rod that goes through here. Once enough of them is eaten, they can open up. Looks like they did change out all the bolts in these steps at some point. So, working my way up. You can see there's a gap there. Try to keep my hand movements nice and slow. You can see they changed the clip bolts up here. They left some of the rust behind though. Well, actually this one's pretty clean. New hardware, but compared to the one down below, you can see how bad that was. She's almost eaten through. Got a broken railing here. This should be tied in. It looks like they did the wall. They did not tie this railing back in, so we have one rail here that's not properly tied. They must have redid that door. Just didn't bother to put the clip back. So this concludes the inspection on this fire escape. This is going to be a fail for lack of maintenance and some improper repairs. I have an uneven floor here too. I don't know why this is so uneven, but I get like a 1 inch. You can see my boot tip is hung up. There's like a 1 inch level difference in the grade here. So again, I'm going to work my way back down. This fire escape is a fail at this time. We have some minor repairs that need to happen and a possible life safety on that bracket down below. She's almost rotted through. Also, the cantilever may be a pre-existing condition, but that's something I'm going to need to mention in my report. You can see here, you know, they changed out 2 bolts, left 2 old ones, leaving the rust behind. So we still have a lot of rust in this fire escape. A lot of bad-looking connections. I really wouldn't want to trust my life with. Fire escape engineers. At this time, I have to fail this fire escape. Lack of maintenance, some structural issues, and a pre-existing condition with the cantilever. Fire escape engineers. Oh, also, she gets hung up.
Life safety issues exist. Emergency repairs required before restoration to make ready for intended use. Fire escape issues. Photos represent what the violations are, not where they are or how many exist. Pass-fail inspection, not technical repair report.